Okay, so this has been on my mind for quite a bit today, and I wanted to basically address what what I personally feel is your problem with Superman, specifically people who are complaining about him basically being Superman overall. You know, like a guy who's overly nice and overly good, and then he's like, I don't know, he is the definition of a Boy Scout, and he's a big dork, and he likes to have fun, and you know, he basically likes to enjoy life, other than the fact that he knows that he struggles with the fact that he is not human, at least not by by blood, but you know, like, and that he has these powers and such. And I feel like this is not, I mean, like, for the past few years, I feel like this is what your issue is with Superman. Before, many years prior, it was just people being proud of the fact that they don't like Superman. They never denied it. They stood their ground on it. Like, yeah, I just don't like him. I mean, give me Batman, give me Wolverine, give me those guys who have edge and attitude, and they don't take shit to nobody. They will clock you in the face if you step out of line. Give me someone like that. I mean, which is fine. It's valid. I get that. But back in the present, where I feel like it's because a lot of you are more accustomed to the evil Superman trope, like where we had that with Injustice, and I think in Superman Red Sun, but I think more so in Injustice, the graphic novel and the video games. And then we have these other evil Superman parodies in The Boys and Invincible, even Brightburn. You know, like, if you haven't seen that, it's basically a horror movie. If Superman was a horror movie, that's it. That's Brightburn. and it's hilarious how some of you claim, like, yeah, I am a fan of Superman, but I don't like what James Gunn is doing with the character. He's basically bringing him back to being the hopeful, optimistic character who isn't afraid to express himself. That's a problem to you because you're more used to the quiet, intimidating, godlike being. I mean, like, if that's what you feel like, okay, like, if that's what you prefer, don't fight it, don't deny it, embrace it. It's okay. Like, what also baffles me is how some of you go like, okay, I don't like that Superman's a goody two shoes, he's too nice, and like he's never an asshole, and I don't like him for that. And yet people root for Captain America, more specifically in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, played by Chris Evans, where he's basically the same way in terms of attitude, standing on his beliefs, even when everybody else is pushing against him. You will cheer for him to stay true to who he is and right here. But you wouldn't give Superman that satisfaction. I know there's many of you who will now, but people who are like, yeah, like, I don't like that he's being happy and upbeat and expressing himself, and you know, like, he's a big crybaby and shit. Like, I don't get that. I don't fucking get that. Like, what were these complaints? Like, if you saw this, like, the DC animated universe started with Batman the animated series, and then Superman the animated series, and there was a few others, and then we have Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, where there's many layers to the character. You know, yeah, he can be badass too, but he has these very childlike, you know, like, layers to him, like, to where, and in Justice League, where it's Christmas time, he goes home to visit the Kents. He invites Martian Manhunter over, and then they're all sharing a story, you know, like, a fun memories, Christmas memories with Clark when he was little, how they had to hide his presence in lead, and then Clark is like, no, you mean Santa wrapped my presents? I don't recall anybody complaining about that, or people saying, yeah, I like Justice League and all, but that moment when he said, when we find out that Superman still believes in Santa Claus, I nearly threw up in my mouth a little bit. I don't recall anybody saying anything like that. I just don't. I don't get it. And like I said in my previous video, like in Lois and Clark, where Clark proposes to Lois after, and then she finds out he's Superman in that same episode, and then she says no. And Clark didn't take that well. I mean, she's rightfully upset. She just found out that, like, you're Superman, and then she's processing that. And yet, he's like, okay, you get to be angry, but I don't get to feel anything. Nobody's bitching at him for saying that. He shouldn't have said that, but no one's bitching about it. Or about the next day, where Lois is getting ready to greet him with a kiss. Like Clark, when they're at the Daily Planet, but he backs away and rejects the kiss, and he's just like, no, I'm not kissing you, but good morning. Let's shake hands. No one's bitching about Clark being petty. But in this upcoming movie, this new Superman movie, they're like, oh, why is he bitching at Lois? Blah, 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 blah. Why is he yelling at Lex Luthor? I mean, just admit that you're more accustomed to basically a psychopath who likes to drink titty milk. Come on, guys. Come on. It's okay to admit that you don't like Superman. That's what this is. Or you prefer, like what they did with Injustice or these other Elseworld stories. You prefer that, or like I feel like Man of Steel is basically a montage of Superman's badass moments. I feel like that's what that kind of was, where someone put in all badass moments with Superman, and then you get Man of Steel. I mean, that's what that is. And Superman does have badass moments in other, like other versions, and he's still a big teddy bear. He still is hopeful, and he's still optimistic, and he gets angry, he gets sad, he gets scared, but bullets bounce off of him. But that doesn't, but his mentality is not really bulletproof. I mean, his feelings can get hurt. I mean, come on. It's not rocket science. And then with Superman and Lois, there's many layers to him there, like where he's a big dork. He has badass moments in that show, but he's like a nerdy, dorky dad who he's corny as hell, and he gets angry, he gets sad. No one's bitching about how he was portrayed in that show. Why is that, where was the bitching and moaning for that? When you're going, no, I just don't like this new DCU movie. I just don't like it. I didn't see it, but I already decided that I don't like it. I mean, that's fine. But quit denying the fact that you don't like Superman. That's it. Don't deny it. It's not like a needle going into your arm. It's going to be okay. Just admit it. Embrace it. That's it. Embrace it. That's all.